Hey there guys, and welcome back to the Sports Guru. I hope you're all well. So once again this week we're looking ahead to this weekend's action in Manchester, headlined by Scott Quigg and Jono Carroll. This is an intriguing card, the first one in a while here in the UK. Got some good up and coming fighters on the undercard and some well known household names as well. So as always, I'll go through the undercard fights I think will be of interest, give my predictions, and then of course I'll let you know who I think will win the main event. So let's get stuck into it. So the first name looking at the undercard that sticks out to me first of all is Robbie Davis Jr. that obviously lost to Lewis Ritson in his last fight, and he's fighting against Damon Europe in an 8-rounder. Obviously a job he should come through, and then he'll be looking again to get back into the British title mix or higher. I think he's a good fighter, but twice he's lost when he stepped up to try and achieve higher honours. So we'll have to wait and see how he gets on. Also on the undercard we have Dalton Smith, who's a hotly touted prospect from Sheffield I believe, and he's in a 6-rounder. And then we have Jack Cullen and Thomas Reneso, again 8 rounds, that's in the middleweight division. A good fight for Jack Cullen, again one he should come through. Then the 4 fights that I want to speak about is Anthony Fowler against Thea Payne Teti. I think that may have changed now because I believe his opponent pulled out, but Anthony Fowler obviously has that one blemish on his career against Mr. Fitzgerald, so he'll want to put that right. And obviously it's his first fight under Shane McGuigan as well, so interesting to see what changes Anthony Fowler makes to this. I don't think there'll be too many. I think maybe just 1 or 2 subtle changes that Shane McGuigan will want to change. So as I say, it's his first fight under him, so it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. And the fight that's really no one's talking about, that I'm looking forward to in particular, is Zach Parker against Rohan Murdoch. Now many people may not know these two, that they're not household names by any means, but Murdoch, he's promoted by the Sauerlands, and all his fights have been sort of Germany, Eastern European. He had that fight, I think it was on the George Groves undercard against Callum Smith, when he dislocated his shoulder and he was fighting with one arm, and he basically won with one arm. Rohan Murdoch, he's unbeaten from Australia, and he's coming to bring the contest to Parker, and of course the winner will be the mandatory challenger for, we think, Billy Joe Saunders against Canelo. Next on the card we have the return of Hughie Fury. It's been a bit of a stop-start career for him so far. Obviously he's had his illnesses and whatnot, and then he's had the defeats to Pulev and Povetkin recently. He's fighting Pavel Sauer, who I believe he was scheduled to fight in Monaco when he pulled out. So it's an interesting one with Fury because again, when he stepped up to higher levels, he's been found wanting. He said it's his hand, but that remains to be seen. He don't really have that much power, I don't believe, a bit like Tyson, but he don't seem to have the boxing skills of Tyson Fury. But I suspect he'll come through this fight fairly easily, and then we'll await to see what happens with him. And then finally, the main event, Scott Quigg back in Manchester, back with Jay Gallagher against Jono Carroll. It's a very intriguing fight because Scott Quigg, he's been inactive, not through his fault but through injury. And Jono Carroll obviously coming off his defeat against Tevin Farmer. I think Scott Quigg will win, but I'm not 100% sure. I would say it's a 60-40 fight in Scott Quigg's favour, just purely because of his fault and he has the experience of main events. So I would go a Scott Quigg win, probably late stoppage or on points. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course follow me on Twitter. And I'll put that down below. Once again, thanks for watching.